going to start working with 3ds Max, and we're going to go through some of the basic operations. Once you open up 3ds Max, this is the screen that you're going to be staring at. This little toolbar here probably won't be there, and you may see buttons that I have that you don't have. It's because I use some other applications and plugins. I've had 3ds for a long time. Don't worry about those, you don't need them. Some of the basic controls with 3ds Max is you have this little window here. This is the perspective window. This whole thing is perspective. In the upper right hand corner of the perspective window you have this little cube that you can click on to see the back. If you look, there's writing on it. It says back, or I can just click anywhere on the cube and hold down my left key, and then I can just kind of move it around. And this is how you look around your model and your mesh. The scroll wheel will zoom in and out. Left clicking anywhere, holding it down, and then dragging will select all. And another feature is the pop-up menu, which is clicking anywhere in the perspective window, or any of the windows for that matter. With your right click, you'll have this little window pops up. It has some neat little options in it, like moving stuff, rotating stuff, scaling, selecting. These are just different options of what you want to do with what you have selected in the window. And you can also just right click to get rid of it when it pops up. You can just pop it up with the right click, or make it go away with the right click. Alright, what I like to do is I like to move this render window by placing my mouse in between all four of these windows, and you get the little plus sign with the arrows. Left click, hold down the left click, and drag it over, and then release. And it'll give me a larger perspective window to work with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the hide armor, and to do that we're going to go up to the upper left hand corner, select the 3ds option, select import, and we're going to go to our folder structure that we created in a previous tutorial, UMP custom armors. Double click data, meshes, armor, hide, female, Curus light _0, and then we're going to select open. Now you need to make sure that all of these options that are currently on my screen are selected in this pop-up window. These are very important. It's asking, the Niftscope plugin is asking us, what do we want to import and how do we want to import it. Just take a look at this. Don't worry about this command right here. That's not important to you. Just make sure you have the same boxes checked that I have checked, and you do not have the boxes checked that I do not have checked. So long as all of your settings match this, if you have to pause the video, go ahead and do so. Make sure all your settings are identical. Select import in the lower corner of that window. And here we have the vanilla version of the hide armor. With this armor, you can see a lot of different things. You can notice by clicking anywhere with your left mouse button and deselecting, and then selecting the arm with the left mouse button, you can notice that the body is actually not complete. See where it's white? If I select nothing, nothing's selected, and I select the body is one object, and the armor is another object. So you got the body, armor, right? An important thing to note is that the body doesn't actually cover the full interior of the armor. This is the case with every single armor in Skyrim. The only place where you actually have the entire body is when you're naked. When you're not naked, you generally have just the parts of the body where it's showing. Now, my tutorial covers how to have the entire body inside of the armor at all times. So even if it's not showing, it's still there. This makes it compatible with other mods. Like let's say somebody made a mod that adds a layer over the mesh of the body, like I don't know, a fishnet or something of that nature. It'll make it compatible with that without them having to make any special adjustments for your armor. More compatibility means more people download it because more people want to use it without it conflicting with their previous mods. means your work gets to be seen by more people if you want to share it on the Nexus. What we want to do is we want to get rid of this body, and we want to add the UMP body to it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to delete this body by selecting it and pressing the delete key on your keyboard. And then we're going to import the UMP body inside of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the upper left hand corner, select the 3ds symbol, go down to import, open up the file structure, go back to the folder that we created in a previous tutorial, select UMP custom armors, go to data, meshes, base body mesh, and select the female body _0. If you remember, that's our UMP body that we got from Diamondized's download. And then you're going to press open. Now you should already have these settings saved. Niftscope generally saves options from the first time you've done it. Anytime you change something, it saves the changes. Now there's something to note here, very important. If you notice, we already have the skeleton, so we don't want to import a second skeleton. So what we're going to do is we're going to uncheck import skeleton this time because it's already there. So unclick import skeleton, then click import. Give it a second. This usually takes a little longer because the body has more vertices. It's more complex than the armor is. And when it's done, you'll notice that this is a great armor to start with because the UMP body just slips right into it. I mean, there's not a lot of work we're going to have to do here. So you can get a basic idea of how this whole system works and how you can change things to make them work better. Now, we're not going to do a lot this time around because when I get it into game the first time, I want you all to see why it is that we move vertices in certain areas, and what's the reason of why we move those vertices in certain areas of the body away from those areas of the body, because they're what I like to call problem areas. Those problem areas would be underneath the armpits on both sides. The waist area can be a problem area dependent on the armor, and the ankles near the knees are a problem area. Not the ankles, the knees are a problem area, and another problem area is the elbows. These are areas where the body likes to clip through the armor, and they're a real pain to deal with, especially if you're new to doing this. So those are areas that you want your armor to avoid by moving vertices and adjusting the armor. Now what we're going to do before we do any more adjustments, so we don't run into any problems that like to occur. Now this is just a step that you do to prevent errors from occurring. What we're going to do is we're going to export this with the new body in it. We're not going to change anything on the armor or on the body. We're just going to export it. And then we're going to re-import it with the body and the armor together. Alright, this is just a precautionary measure to prevent occurrences when we actually begin adjusting parts, pieces of the armor to fit the body better. So in order to export it, we go up here to the symbol in the upper left hand corner, drop it down, select export. Now we're going to go to our file structure that we created before, and we're going to go to UMP custom armors, go to data, meshes, armor, hide, female, test 1. Now if you notice there's nothing in here, that's because it's trying to save it as an Autodesk FBX file. So what you do is you go to save as type, drop this little window down, and you should find in there netimmerse/gamebryo, and in parentheses it'll say .kf or .nif, and we work with NIF files, so that's the one we want. As soon as we select that, you'll notice these two will pop up, and this is because we saved them in the test file. We're going to save over CuriousLight _0. So as soon as you select that, go ahead and select save. It'll say, do you want to replace the one that already exists? We're going to say yeah, and this window is going to pop up. Now you need to make sure that your settings, once again, are identical to the settings that you see on my screen. So if you have to pause the video again, go ahead and pause it. Set all your checkboxes up identical to mine. Uncheck what I have unchecked, check what I have checked, and make sure all this is set up. Once you're done setting all this up, Take note here of weld vertices. We don't want to weld anything yet, not until we start dealing with weight sliders. So go ahead and just delete those three numbers. It'll say 0.0100. Just delete the 001 on the end so it doesn't weld anything. And go ahead and click export. Give it a minute, it exports it. Now go up here in the upper left hand corner, drop down the menu, and select new. Alright, it says the scene has been modified. You want to save? No, because we're just going to re-import this, what we've just done. So select no. Now go up to the drop down menu. It'll drop down. We want to select import. Go to our folder structure, which is UMP custom armors. Double click data, meshes, armor, hide, female, test 1, and then select CA4S_0. We're selecting this because this is what we just exported. Then we're going to open it. Now you want to make sure all these settings should be the same because we've already saved them into our file, but there's no skeleton this time. So we want to import the skeleton with it. So you'll need to recheck that box and select import. After a few seconds, it'll load it up, half a second for me. And you'll see now we have the armor and the UMP body together. Now, because when you import things, a lot of times when you import something that you've exported, upon the export, a lot of times the UMP body will screw up. Something will happen to it. I don't know if the latest version that you probably have now will screw up, but this is just another precautionary measure that I like to take. I like to re-delete the UMP body, and then I like to re-import the UMP body. To do that, you'd select the body, press delete on your keyboard, click the upper left hand icon, go to import, go to our file structure, UMP custom armors, data, meshes, base body mesh, and select female body _0 once again, and select open. It seems like we're doing unnecessary steps, but trust me, I've dealt with so many armors over the course of modding Skyrim, and I can tell you these steps make modding armors foolproof. You can't screw up if you double check and double do things. It just keeps errors from the software that we have available to us from preventing us to work with these armors in a manner that we do. We already have a skeleton, as you can see. So we're going to uncheck import skeleton. It's always important to note whether or not you have the skeleton imported, because you're going to be checking and unchecking this box a lot dealing with armors. So uncheck it and select import. Now there's the UMP body once again. This time we're going to add a modifier to the UMP body to prevent it from screwing up when we export it again. Now, to do that, what we're going to do is, with the UMP body selected, which it should still be since we haven't done anything, we're going to go up here to the modify option. Now you have create, modify, hierarchy, motion, display, and utilities. We want to select the second one, which is modify. And you'll notice there's our slim UMP body with a modifier list, and here are the things that are applicable to the body of the mesh. You have its skin to the skeleton, and you have the BS dismember skin modifier, which tells Skyrim's engine how to dismember the body when the bones move, or how to stretch them and move them around. What we're going to do is we're going to select the editable mesh. You'll notice it'll move a little bit. Don't worry about that, it'll move back in a moment. Drop down from the modifier list. You're going to use the drop down menu, and you're going to use a scroll bar, and you're going to scroll all the way down till you find smooth. What smooth does is prevents the game from creating additional vertices when you export. It'll just keep it from, my understanding is it'll keep it from creating additional vertices when we export, which is very important, because if we create these strange vertices when we want to create a weight slider to make it go from 0 body weight to 100 body weight in a future tutorials, you'll find that having those extra vertices will completely blow the armor up and make it real pain in the butt. So go to smoothing groups and select 2.